welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm coming out of our extension tower, and what we're gonna do today is we're gonna add ceiling in here. It doesn't seem a bit making sense since we need to do siding first and the upstairs is fully open, but we need it so we can insulate and add a nice floor up there, because we don't want to add insulation from bottom upwards because that's a bit silly, because then we need to hang the insulation and attach it before we can attach the ceiling. Rather do the ceiling, add the insulation from the top, and then we can just add floor and be done with it. So yeah, let's get started. We're gonna actually use the planer and plane most of the wood, and if we want to use something that's too big for the planer, we have to hand plane it, but the planer is gonna do it much faster and much nicer. So let's get started and yeah, bring all the tools and start planing. Okay, push, push.
So I went to go get a new battery.
Oops.
Did you lose another piece?
Yeah, lost luck.
Luckily the camera was not on top. Because that would have been bad.
Oh, it fully snapped and broke all this.
I mean, it wasn't its last.
We have this tripod, I think now 6 years, 7 years.
I think everything happens for a reason, because this tripod up here is broken and we're putting like a super expensive camera on it. And every time I carry it...
I don't know why we're cheaped out on the tripod so
well,
long.
no, that was like a long time ago. That was like 6 years ago.
This tripod was only like 30 euros and we bought it like a long time ago. It was serving us pretty good, but...
So good that it broke now without the camera on top, so we can get a good one.
I think we
You are lucky because it didn't fall with the camera.
Yeah.
Nice.
in the trash.
Okay, well at least we have two books.
Or memory, sorry, in the museum it goes.
In the museum together with the rest of the things.
So we are done with the ceiling. As you can see, we started up really small and skinny and we ended up really big. And so big that almost the backwood is invisible, which kind of is its purpose, just to kind of fill in the gap. But it turned out pretty beautiful, and I think once we get a paint coat, not paint but the clear coat, it's gonna look really gorgeous. Or some oil. We could also oil this one if we really want to keep it natural. We have a nice oil, we could oil it. And but it looks pretty good. And now last thing we have to do is kind of close this one up. We don't want this beam exposed. It's not the most prettiest. We didn't make it for being beauty. So we want to close it up and close the bottom. This here will get bricklayed in between, so we're going to bricklay that after. And here we're probably also going to take this out and this white brick and and also probably this and fix the arc. Currently it's sitting on the door, so we are able to just fix it, and there's actually no pressure on it. So we can fix it to be back to this, because this is a pretty ugly area here. But other than that, I think this is going to look pretty nice if we leave it brick. But just this is the ugliest part. So we're going to just cover it with the wood until it goes. So let's get the wood cut and see how we can fit it in there.
And then it's gonna be kind of sealed.
It's kind of finished almost, yeah.
So we can leave, my mom can actually leave the door open.
Yeah, we're going to open it up.
No, I think it's okay, it's nice. I mean, I don't see it from here.
It's not that perfect. So, as you can see, it's all done. It looks actually really gorgeous. If it had the white walls around it, I think it's gonna look amazing. Add some nice lighting, nice flooring, and this will be a nice cozy place to sit in. This looks really professional, and I think we did a pretty good job. I think it's one of the best ceilings we have done. in the sense of how clean we did it. I think definitely sandpapering it after planing it. Like some of them we didn't plane, some straight to sandpaper. But those ones which we did plane, we also still sandpapered them, and they add such a smooth texture. I really wish we did that with the house because it is pretty rough in the house. But it's okay, we have time to correct that in the future if we really want to, but I think I'm okay with the way it looks. And this one here, I'm glad we found a way to solve it and make it look quite nice. Still need to bricklay behind and change this, but other than that it's nice. And we will add some surrounds because I didn't do the best marking because it was really hard to mark. If I had to mark it by this square it would be easy, but it kind of goes slope up because the beam's a lot bigger than that. It's actually like 10 centimeters bigger than this, what you see here. So that's why it goes a slope upwards. So yeah, it follows the roof, I guess. And we will cover that up nicely, and also maybe cover up this bottom one probably. And yeah, well, the rest is still needs a lot of work. But and the floors we need to put in. But for now, we can vacuum clean, and you still are able to sit in here, and it's fully isolated from the wind in theory. So there's nothing blowing in here. And it feels really nice. It's actually really warm in here. It's like a greenhouse a bit. Before we end the video, I wanted to ask another thing. If you guys would like to suggest us if we should add fake beams. So pretty much take a beam like this, cut it in half and add it on top, two of them to follow the line of this. Kind of looking like it's a beam exposed. But I feel like we should have done them on this layer and not the bottom layer. We should have done the second the bottom more lower layer. We should have cut it into pieces then between the beams, because if we add it now, it will shine light across the beam and it will not look realistic. And I feel like it looks good enough as it is. I don't think it needs anything, and it will not compare to these beams. It will not be kind of the same height. It will look a bit off. So I think we're gonna leave it as it is. And I think it's going to be good. I love to see all these numbers exposed. We're going to give a bit of a refresh maybe on these. Not really clean them fully, but a bit of a brush. And then we're going to add a bit of lac on them. Same as the one with the ceiling. So the color just pops. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoy. We're going to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Now we can open that door.